always wear your safety glasses and your safety hearing. Oh, wait. What? Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Summerfield Farm and Draft Horses. And I am Danielle, and I do a lot of the work around here. Husband does a lot of the electrical stuff, and I do a lot of the building and stuff like that. He does help too, and he does some of the building, but he has his own little niches that he's really, really good at, and I have niches that I'm really good at. So this is our barn, our huge, very big barn. I've always wanted a barn on our farm, and I got it this year. We've been here for about 3 years now, and we've been a farm officially for the past year, I want to say. And we've got the 2 horses currently. We've got a surprise coming at the end of the month. We've got 2 cows. We've got I bought 14 guinea hens, and they all flew out. They flew out of there the other day, 2 days ago, and I've only seen 4. So I don't know if they're still around yet or not. They might be. I saw them yesterday, so I don't know. Guineas aren't all that smart, and they tend to run away. There's a wasp over there. He just went behind the thing. So we've got supposedly 14 guineas, 10 chickens, and of course the 2 cows and the horses. So yeah, we're trying to be just like a small homesteading farm. Cows are our meat cows for the winter, and I might do it again next summer. I might not. I might even do one over the winter. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But today I am putting in windows for the stalls. So as you can see, the stalls do not have any windows. And I think it's very important if a horse is stalled to have a window at least. Horses that are stalled in general tend to go a little loopy because you figure horses walk about 21 miles to 24 miles a day when they're walking out and about. They sleep for only 4 hours, like sleep. They doze a little bit here and there, but in general, total about 4 hours a day. So if you think about it, you're in a little box, and usually stalls are about this size. This is an 18 by 12 stall, and usually they're like 12 by 12, so they're a lot smaller than that. And then that one is like a birthing stall. That's a 20 by 12 stall. And then that one right there, that's another 18 or 15 by 12 stall. So they're usually smaller than that. And if you're stuck in that box for 12 hours or longer, if you think about it, because say you go to the barn and you feed and you put them up after, say 6, 7 o'clock, because you've done feeding and you need to get home. The horse is put in the stall until 7 o'clock, and then maybe if somebody's at the barn, they'll put your horse out about 7 o'clock. It's 12 hours. What are you going to do? You're going to go stir crazy. I know I'd go stir crazy if I was in a box like that. If you think about it, a horse is nearly, 8 feet long, 6 feet long? My guys are 8 feet because they're bigger. But if I were in a box the size, for me, that's the same size as for them, I'd be in a stall that's a 10 by 10. That's a lot smaller. I would be in a little teeny tiny box, and I would go absolutely bananas, stir crazy. So if you have to stall your horse, give them something to do. Give them a window to look out of. That way they have something to look out. They can look and see what's going on outside. Gives them a little bit of mental stimulation versus just staring at that all day long. All day. For 12 hours. Staring at that. Have fun. Are you bored yet? Staring at that. For 12 hours. With nothing to do. So I'm putting windows in. These guys aren't stalled ever, but I do leave the doors open so they can come in and out if they like. I am all about giving horses a choice of where they want to stand, where they want to sleep, where they want to eat. Well, not really where they want to eat. They eat in here. But if I give them like alfalfa versus soaked alfalfa, you know, I offer it to them. I give them the ability. I put out regular hay plus alfalfa hay, plus they've got all the pasture. So I want to give them as much mental choice as possible when I'm not riding. Then when you're riding, it's totally different. You know, they pay attention to me. But so I am just a little bit of a mess this morning because I have been cutting boards, and I will show you. Oh yeah, see, look, I finished my handle. So now I have a lock, an appropriate lock. So here, I'll show you. I wonder if I can do it with one hand. So when you actually have it all lined up, the wind is blowing, so you have it all lined up, it goes all nice and neat right in there. And then of course I have this here just as a safety feature, just in case Jarvis decides to push on it. But yep, it works. I love it. So I have been cutting some wood for the windows, and today I'm going to be staining them and cutting out a hole in the stall. So these are 3.5 foot long boards from edge to edge. Edge to, where is it? Thing is backwards, edge. And they're gonna be on the inside and on the outside. So these are gonna be pretty thick as far as stability, because draft horses tend to rub, and I don't want anything to flex. So I'm gonna stain all of these on the outside and on this side. I'm not gonna stain on this side simply because I have to put caulking and stuff like that, and I don't want it to, it's gonna be stained just like the doors. So, oh yeah, I built those too. Aren't they awesome? I love them. So yeah, so we're gonna do that, and let me show you. Yeah, the wind is opening the doors. Yeah, they open all the way out. They open like completely flat, so the whole thing can be all open, and all that stuff. So let me show you what the window's gonna look like in Darcy's stall. Okay, so there's Darcy's stall, and we're gonna put a window right here. And this is where it is. It's right in the middle between these two pylons, and it's 3.5 feet by 3.5 feet by 3.5 feet, and it's 8.25 inches away from each side here, so it's centered on the frame. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the frame here on the inside. Now it's gonna overlap, when I cut it, it's gonna overlap this piece here by probably like that. So I want to make sure that the bottom of, sorry, my hands are all gross because I've been working. I want to put the bottom of the board here, at the bottom here, so it stays nice and even. And then the other one goes here, same way. Oops, sorry, here. Same way. So now you ask yourself, okay, I got a board there on that side and I got a board on the other side. What about that gap right there? Well, they make these little foam things that you can put in here and really squash it down so it stays nice and watertight. But I don't think I'm going to use the foam. I'm going to use some adhesive building caulk, and then get some spray and spray it in each one of the little holes. So I'm going to do that all the way around. And then I bought some 1x4s. And that's going to go on the inside as a sill plate, so to speak, and it's going to go all the way around so it's all nice and smooth. So if Mr. I need to scratch my chest decides to scratch here, kind of like what he's done over here, that's a bad one, over here where he's rounded all of this. See, it used to be nice and like sharp, but now he just rubs all of this. He'll stand here and just rub back and forth. Then it'll be easier. So once all of that's done, now you're gonna have like a weak spot right there on the side of the building. So I need to frame it. So what I'm gonna do after that is I'm gonna take a board, because it'll be down to about here. I'm gonna take another 2x4 and run it all the way across the bottom and all the way across the top and bolt it to the side here, so I have a nice strong frame right there. So I'll have the 2x4 up here and the 2x4 up here, and then I probably should put one straight down here to add this kind of flexibility. Obviously I can't do one up here, although if I was in a house, you'd have your header board, you'd have a piece here, you'd have one there, and then one there. So that's the plan, and I'm sticking to it. So that's the plan. And yeah, I'm gonna stick to it. So let's get to staining. I'm not gonna show you the staining part. Everybody knows how to stain. You take a rag. I have one around here somewhere. I know I've got one around here. Oh, there it is. A rag and some gloves. And I am going to be using some of the Thompson's water seal that I used on the doors. I'm going to be using this, which, oh, hold on. There you go. Thompson's water seal in walnut. So I'm going to use, and it's a transparent, so you can see the wood grain behind it, like what I did over here. So it stains it in a walnut color, and then it's transparent so you can see all the grain. So that's what I'm gonna do. I still have some in that bucket right there, left over. Oh God, I'm walking through all these spider webs. Left over from when I did the doors. So let's get going, I guess. Yeah. All right, let's get to work. Drying my gloves because, oh my gosh, my hands are all sweaty. I feel like I just came out of like a pool. My hands are so pruny. You know, like when you in the bathtub too long. Hi, Darcy. Hi, handsome. You coming in for some hay? Yeah. And Jervis is coming in. There's a really nice breeze through here right now. And they can stand and get hot. See? He's going in to get hay. He's going in to get some hay. And then he'll go in there. See, this is the perfect time to explain to you. He's got some hay right there too. So if you can think, going back to my earlier mention in the stall, if he was in a stall like that for 12 hours long, there's not a lot of room to move, there's not a lot of room to stretch. Obviously he would be in a little bit bigger stall because he's big, because they need to at least have some room to lay down and roll in. But he just happens to like it in that one. I don't know why. And the two of them have been in this one before, but this is a better size, so they at least have some room to move around in. Hi, buddy. And lay down if he wanted to, and he can roll. So anyway, yeah, that's that. Okay, back to my my stuff. So I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna put the my wood back up on top, and I stack them this way so they have a lot of air to move right through them. And the next thing would be to start cutting the hole in that stall, but since he's in there and they have just come in from the outside where it's hot, I'm gonna have to wait. So, oh well. Let's watch Darcy for a minute. Hi, buddy. Say hi to YouTubes. Ooh, do you have a... Oh, your nose is all sunburnt right here. Your nose is sunburnt. Do you have a sunburnt nose? Your snip is sunburnt. Sunburnty snip? I'll have to put something on there to keep it. That's gotta be uncomfortable. Oh, poor guy. But he's on percent and he's starting to shed, but as you can see, he's not really as hot as he usually is, but he's breathing pretty good. I know. Plus you're smelling all the smells in here, huh? So he's got to, I'll cool him down in just a little bit. I'll spray his legs, cool him down. But not too bad. Right, buddy? I know. It's hot in here. Why he decides to stand in the stall is beyond me, because there's more breeze out here. Hey, buddy. How you doing, handsome? You say hi to YouTubies? Oh, that's so nice. What a good boy. And your ears too. See, he's got some hay down there. Yeah. All right, so yeah. I guess I'm just gonna call it just a little bit for now. I'll come back later in the day after he's out of that stall, and that way I can get cutting into that window. But by then, it shouldn't take too long. I have a grinder, so it shouldn't take too long to cut that window, and then I can start putting those in. And by then, those will be dry, and we should be okay. So I guess it's just ta-ta for now until it'll be a little later for me, but it'll be like a millisecond for you. So I guess I will be right back. Just like that. And here we are again. It's been about an hour. He's sleeping, and Darcy's actually in there too. Big shadow just flew over. Big vulture, did you see that? So Darcy is in there, and he's just eating the hay that's in there, and he's just gonna relax. So as you can see, Jarvis is 17 hands and Darcy is 15. He's in there. You can see that a 20 by 12 stall really fits him very well as far as being able to move around, turn around, lay down, roll if he has to. So let's go check on our stain, shall we? Okay, so these are all the window panels for 3 windows. I am gonna need 4, so I am gonna have to cut another 8 out of those, which is fine because I have the wood right there. I just didn't do it because I wasn't sure if I was gonna have 3 or 4 windows, but this is all dry. It's all dry now. It looks amazing. It looks really, really nice. I'm really happy with the way it came out. So we're gonna cut a hole and get at least this done today, and once all of these frames are in to each one of the holes, I can take, where's the other stuff? I think it's over here. I can take, yeah, those little pieces right there, those little guys. I can stain those on the inside, and then, like I said before, we'll just put those on the inside of the window, and then I can build the doors sometime this week for the doors. I have all the hardware. You should see. Did I bring the hardware down? I think I did. Yeah. Okay, so each one of these, this is the hinges. For each one of the hinges, they've got a really cool little shape at the end. I have the same hinges on my gates out at the house, so I want to try to keep everything continuity, I guess that's what I want to call it. I don't know. So I bought 4 of them. Jarvis just came out of the stall, and then I have these kind of lashes. Let me see if I can open this one. Jarvis came out of the stall. He's like, "Do you have treats?" No, I have no treats. Now these are going to go on the outside of the door to latch them in nice and tight. So that'll be pretty awesome. So I got all of those. Got these 4 latches. Yeah, so that's, here, I'll show you what this one looks like. See the ends? Look pretty cool. So these are gonna be on the doors. So that's pretty neat, huh? That's gonna look awesome. At least I think so. I think it's gonna look awesome. So the black hardware and the latches all gonna be on the outside. So they look better. And it looks pretty from the outside, so all right. Hold on, you guys get to see this. That's what I see. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? You watching me? Yeah, you are. Never actually ever using an angle grinder before. Obviously that part needs to be flipped. I think I'm doing pretty good. But I think my battery is gonna die, so let's go get a new one. So I got my caulk. I just have to go back up to the garage and go get my caulking gun, and then drill some holes where all that's gonna go. And basically what I'm gonna do is clamp each board on either side, put there, and I gotta drill some holes where I want them to be through here, because I'm just gonna use wood screws to go all the way through versus metal screws, because I'm gonna go from wood to metal to wood, and we'll go from there. But isn't that pretty? That's gonna look really awesome. Really like that. I can't wait to do the other ones. Okay, so yeah, so we have our window. I cut the window all the way out, as you could see, and it was a little bit, it was easy, but I think I got a piece of metal in my eye because I did not wear safety glasses, so I will have to go to the ophthalmologist tomorrow and see if maybe there's something in there. Probably. My mom had a piece of metal in her eye once, and it dug a hole in her eye. It was pretty awful. And I had a piece of plastic in my eye. I don't know how it got in there, but it blew in from under my helmet when I was riding my motorcycle, because I had my helmet cracked just a little bit, and somehow it blew in and created all sorts of problems. So I'll probably get that taken care of tomorrow. But in the meantime, what I was planning on doing, if you guys recall the way I had explained it, was I was going to clamp the two sides, and then, you know, glue it all together. It's not going to work out that way. One, because my thumb still doesn't work so well, and I don't have a lot of grip. I mean, I can't, that's just about it. That's as far as it goes. So I can't hold on to things like I used to, and I don't have the strength in my hand like I used to. So it would be a little difficult to do it that way in pieces in order for me to make sure it all lined up. But so instead of having, you know, like that as a window where it's going to be a window inside it, there's not going to be any windows. So it's just going to be an opening that's framed in. So I put all of the frames there, and I'm going to build them separately and then just put them up individually. All right, so I put this on the outside, line it all up nice and pretty, because that's what it'll look like on the outside. We have a bit of a problem. So what do? You know what I mean? It doesn't lay flat like it's supposed to, like that, with the metal sandwiched in between, because this is up and that's up. So how do we make this flat so it goes flat with this? Well, one way is to take my snips, snip this and snip that, cut this little bit out, which is easy enough to do. That way this is all flat, and make sure that this sits flush to that. So I'm going to give that a shot here on this scrap piece and see what it looks like. So I've cut the pieces out like I said I wanted to do, and this is what it'll look like from the outside of the barn. There, it's probably better. And I'll seal this up, and I'll seal that up, and that way it fits nice and flush like it's supposed to all the way across. So this is what I just did. I just notched it so it stays flat. So I think that's what I'll do on all the other pieces. I have a feeling though that I'll be able to cut it on the inside, but I think I'll have to use the grinder to cut this part, because using the snips on this side, it's backwards on the outside. Well, let's go find out. Let's go over to that section and see what happens. Okay, so there's our window. Looks kind of weird being over here. I might be able to do it. I just need to cut at least just a little bit off of the side here. Just cut in there, cut in there, cut in there. I might be able to do that from the outside. I might be able to do that before the rain. Starting to get a rainstorm, I'm sure. I might be able to do that. Hi, Darcy. Hey, buddy. How are you? All right, well, I suppose we can measure and then give it a shot. Oh boy, more measuring, more guessing. But you know what? I think it'll look right, and I think that's the best way to do it. I think I'll just take a little bit off of each side and go from there. So I got all my notches cut out. It's not pretty. I did this part by hand, and then I did use the grinder to cut out this part, which is why it's up a little bit farther up and down on that. So I'm gonna have to think of a workaround maybe for that. Either that or just put a bunch of silicone right there on the edges, which probably isn't a bad idea anyway. But there's the way it's gonna look. Obviously it needs some tweaking, but this is just a mock-up. And I'll put some sealant on. I'll probably do the back side first, or the front side, depending on the way you look at it. Probably do that side first. I don't know. That way I can seal it from the inside. I don't know. But let's go outside and see what it looks like. Okay, so that's what it'll look like from the outside. From here, it doesn't look bad. From here, it kind of looks awful because of the grinding marks. I'm definitely going to have to seal that up. And this will have to be tweaked and, of course, pushed over because we want it to make it match just like that. So there will be some filler and figure out how to make that nice and neat and kind of seal that up nice and tight. Not really sure how to do it quite yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something. Husband is probably gonna be all mad about it, but we'll think of something for it. But again, it's not straight, so it's just this one holding this up, so that's gonna look more like that. So I think having, you know, some caulking on here will be just fine and it won't look awful. I'll try to make it look good. So I guess it's not bad. Well, the window is going to be opening on that side anyway, but yeah, you know, it's going to be on every single one of them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I could probably cut it all the way off here, you know, but that's probably not a good idea. Oh well, let's get back to work. Now, always, always, always wear your safety muffs and wear safety glasses. I have, let's see, about $100 later, between an emergency visit to the ophthalmologist, I had a piece of that shrapnel, the sparky sparks, fly into my eye. It was right here in the corner of my eye. I could have gone blind, but he dug it out and then it broke. So he had to dug it out, and then he took a little drill. Now, I'm serious, guys. Wear your safety glasses. He had to take, it was a drill that looked like a little pen, and that had a little itty bitty tiny drill on the back end of it, and he drilled it in my eye. So talk about freaking out and having to sit still and don't blink. Yeah, thankfully he had numbing drops for my eye, and it was easier to keep my eye open, and it really wasn't that bad. But the point is, wear your safety glasses, wear hearing, either your earplugs or those are actually made from Browning, and those are what we go shooting with. So it does a really great job at making sure that none of that sound goes through. Makes it easy. So now that that PSA is over, don't forget, we have a window. So I need to go outside and make sure there's no fire, because I don't know if you saw it, it was kind of smoky. But now what I need to do is cut those little notches in, and we'll go from there trying to figure out how to get those little notches out. So, all right, that's gonna be the next problem, and I don't know if I'm gonna video that or not because it was a pain in the butt last time. But let me show you what it looks like on the outside. Ha! One window. I have another one that's going to go in right there, and I have another one that's going to go in here. But we're just going to do one window at a time, even though I know I could cut all three windows. It'll be probably easier to cut all three windows all at once. But those guys, where are they? Where are my boys? Those two, those guys, right there. They're going to be using the stall, so I don't want to accidentally have a sharp edge out, and then they're going to end up rubbing and cutting their head. So, or their chest or whatever. So let's not do that. Let's just build this. Now we're gonna take my frame, and I'm not gonna do what I did last time. Like last time what I did, and I needed Sean's help for this one, is I built the frame there on both sides. And then I tried to get some clamps and make sure it stayed and put while I drilled it. So I'm not doing that on this one. We're gonna actually just build one piece at a time, one and one, and then one and one, kind of like what I did over there for the door. And I think that will be the absolute best way to do it. And look at that. There's already a lot of air movement in this stall. It's amazing. So if you have to board your horses, make sure they have a window, because it gets really stuffy in there, and it gets dark, and these are gonna fly open. It gets really dark and stuffy, and they get depressed. So horses like to see outside too. So let's finish.
Whoa, check that out. It's negative.
No, actually, my phone is tweaking out. Hold on, let's fix that. Ah, there we go. Much better. That was really strange. Okay, so what you guys, didn't see is, this is like the hardest part of the whole thing, especially when you try to do it this way. At least I think so. And I've got 2 more windows to do this way. So let me put this down and my other stuff down. Okay, I brought in, this is my clear silicone adhesive, a drill bit, and those are left-handed tin snips. These are my right-handed, well, not mine, these are husband's, but I've been using them. These are right-handeds. Usually a red handle for a snip is right-handed, and the yellow or green is for left hands. Now, I have no idea how I'm going to be able to do that side, but that's why I brought these out. I did that one with the right-handed. Actually, no, I didn't. That side, I actually used the drill. I actually used the grinding wheel for that, and it's a mess. So I brought these out hoping that maybe when I cut the pieces out here, as you can see, I cut out the notches, because if I don't, then that lip right there creates a space. So I had to cut the little pieces out, and hope that they all kind of lined up over here, which I do need to tweak it just a smidgen, especially up there, because there's a big space. But there's going to be another board all the way around these anyway, and I don't care if there's a space here, but these ones have to be watertight, because these are going to be bolted right to the thing, and I need to make sure. This is just going to be for decoration on the other side, so it doesn't matter if they're away or not. But that's what I get to do over here. I just had a bug fly through the window at my face. So with this, if I don't get this side straight, and then I've got this, and I'm gonna put my caulking on the side, and then I'm gonna use these to squish them both together after I drill some pilot holes through the tin or the aluminum, and then we'll see what happens from there. So there are the boys. They decided to come out again. Sometimes they're in and out. Oh my gosh, all day long. They're in and out, in and out, in and out. What do they think? They live in a barn or something? Jeez, leaving the door window wide open. Look at that. They left the door wide open. All right, so that's going to be the next thing that I do here. And I'm not going to video that because it's a pain in the butt. I'd have to set you up like way over there, and it's rather boring. So let's take care of that, and then I will show you how the end result looks. Right, buddy? Oh, you're peeing. Sorry. Okay, well, the first one's up. Most important one, and it's not level, I know, because it's not level down here. Well, I suppose it is just a little, yeah, it might be a little longer up in the top. But this is the most important piece, is the ones on the sides. Because if those are off, then it skews everything else off. That is going to have to be cut all the way across the top. I'll do that later. So now I'm going to cut those notches off out of those ones, and I'm going to do the bottom piece here, the front and the back, just like this on the bottom, so it'll be easier to do those ones and get it to line up just right. So all right, let's do that. Alrighty guys, I have little Miss Snowy here. Hey girl, hey, say hi to YouTubies. Come here, Snow, come say hi to YouTubies. See you later. Say hi. She don't know what I'm asking her to do, but she's a good dog. Okay, so the window is in, and I did it in a different way. Like I was telling you guys earlier, I decided to build it kind of like front and back, piece by piece. So let me Jarvis peed in here. Stinks. Ugh. So I gotta get some stuff to put down on there. Okay, so the window's in. Yay! I'm gonna put another one right there, and then another window is gonna go right here. So I'll have 1, 2, and 3 about 5 feet apart. Okay, so this one, unlike that one, where I built all the square, all the pieces, and I built a big square, and I put it up, and I built the square on the other side, and I put it up on that side, and had to have husband come and help hold the pieces together so I could clamp all around and get it done. Well, I wasn't going to do that with this one simply because he wasn't around and he was running some errands, and it was just me. And since I had such an easy time building the frame on the doors, one-sided, I figured it would be easy enough to do on this side. Well, yes and no. Yes, in that they actually went together fairly well, but no, that they didn't go together fairly well. So I will show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the window, and as you can see right away, it doesn't line up. And I know it does because they're all the same, and I lined them all up on the ground. But because I was working on the outside, I did not actually see that these weren't lined up exactly right until after I bolted it in and all the glue and all that, and then there it is. But with this one, what I can do is I can put a screw in here, and that'll pull these together. So that'll be okay. Same with here, a little bit on this side, and there's a gap up there on that side. But they're all still pretty flat here, which I'm gonna put a 1x here anyway. And up top, it's not so bad. And even the sides, they actually turned out better as far as trimming all these pieces than the other side. So I'm okay with that. Because this is easier to caulk and get that straightened out. What is that noise? What are you doing? Is your collar itchy? So come on over with me on the other side. Actually, it looks pretty nice though. At least far away. It does. It looks really nice. The edges over here where I had to do the clipping, and it actually came out pretty good. I was really, really surprised. It was a pain in the butt, especially that one right there. And then that one I forgot to do until after that was up and it was squashing it, and it just, what a mess. Lessons learned. But that actually looks better than having another extra slice here from the grinder. I'm pretty okay with it. It's pretty decent, except for that one. That one always seems to give me a problem. But I can put some silicone in there and make it look nice. And plus there's going to be an extra piece over on the edges to kind of dress it up and make it look nice. Aww. Oh, look! Look what I found. A little woolly bear. You guys just, I don't know if you call them woolly bears where you are, but, or woolly worms or something like that. Those little caterpillars that crawl up in a ball. This is the same family. It's not the same thing because he's got brown in the middle. The woolly worms or the woolly bears, they have brown in the middle, where that one was a, hi Snowy, was a totally black one. So it was a different kind, but that's okay. He was still pretty. We'll leave him there. Oh, hi Jarvis. Would you like to come out? Would you like to come out? No? How do you like your new window? How do you like your new window? Yeah, there's a window over there. You wanna go check it out? Yeah? Are you trying to say something? Not sure. You can't come out. Hi. Hello. I know, he's mowing, isn't he? Hi, Jarcy. You ready for your supper? It's ready. You gonna go check out your window? Go check out your window. No, he's not gonna go check out his window. That's where he was standing when he peed. It's his favorite spot. You gonna go check out the window? Let's see what husband wants. He was flagging me down. I think he's thirsty. have it. And there's Jarvis and all that. Hey, we got rock delivered today. It was really fun. Husband just hosed off his new mower, and now the driveway's all wet, and I got socks on. So there they are. They're the boys. Hi guys. Hi. Jarvis, you just stare at me like that. You're being weird. Hi. Hello. Hello. I don't have any treats. One of these days I'll have to just bring a treat out here for you. Hello, Mr. D. You feeling better? No? Hi. Hi, D. So there's a window. Yep, there's a window. And Darcy's feeling much better now that he's been clipped. He's not so hot. So we've got the window. We've got another one has to go here, which is going to be totally different than the way that one was done. And then another one that's going to go there. So, mister, what are you doing? You can't. Yeah, I know. Stop. Yeah? You don't say. Can we take a look at those teeth? One more big yawn? Let me see. Let me see the inside of those teepees. Get one big yawn. Now see, now I'm on the ground and he's gonna be like, no, I don't think I'm gonna yawn. One more yawn. Please. Can you yawn one more time? I want to see your teeth. No? Can I tickle your nose? You see these teeth? He's like, no, don't play with my teeth. There, that's better. So, I think we're gonna do the other window differently. I will make another video of that another time, and maybe it'll go better this third time. You guys look weird. You're like freaking me out. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching these guys and watching while I do all of that and get things in my eyes and do things the wrong way and do things that are not the way they should be done. You know, I can itch that for you. I can do that. You want me to itch it for you? I guess not. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with me. And I will see you on another episode, probably building another window on Summerfield Farm and draft horses.